Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, June the 3rd, World Clubfoot Day, National Play Outside Day. When you were a kid, did you play outside a lot?
We
always played outside. Very, very rarely do we get to come in the house. Chimborazo Day, World Bicycle Day, National Black Bear Day, National Bubbly Day, National Egg Day, National Prairie Day, National Chocolate Macaroon Day. Didn't we just have Macaroon Day the other day?
I thought we did.
Chocolate Macaroon Day. National Repeat Day. Didn't we just have Repeat? No, we didn't. And National Trails Day. Now, Sunday, the 4th of June, National Forklift Safety Day, National Hug Your Cat Day, International Day of Innocent Children Victims of Aggression. That's sad. National Clean Beauty Day, National Safe Day, National Cognac Day, National Cheese Day, National Old Maids Day, and National Cancer Survivors Day. My hat's off to each and every cancer survivor. That is a tough, tough thing, and you made it, man. You beat it. That's awesome. I got a guest joining me this weekend, Crispin Boyer, and he's the author of a book called Zeus The Mighty. We're going to chat all about that in a bit.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Does it feel like you hear the word vibes everywhere these days? Don't blame Gen Z. Millennials are the ones using it just as much. In a survey of 3,000 North Americans, it was found that while 18 to 26-year-olds were most likely to use the word vibes to describe how a place feels, good vibes, 48%, by the way, 27 to 42-year-olds, that's the millennials, they weren't far behind at 47%. Even surpassing their Gen Z counterparts, by the way. The poll found that, no, it's not surpassing. It's 1% behind. Who wrote that? The poll also found that vibes can have an immediate impact on the success of a commercial space. Really? It's got good vibes. Oh, hey, well, we should go there. 45% of people said it takes them less than 10 minutes to determine how a new place feels to them, regardless of their age. 83% felt more likely to go back to a business after picking up a good vibe there, and 82% were less likely to go to a business after picking up a bad vibe there. So get your vibes right, people. I don't even know what that means. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com, a website with good vibes. I think.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that with concerns about the effects of climate change on the world's agriculture mounting, what we grow and eat could soon see a significant shift? Scientists at the Royal Botanic Garden, Kew, say that in the years ahead, some crops unfamiliar to many of us could have a crucial role in our regular diets. Like what, you might ask? Go ahead and ask what.
Like what, John?
Like a seaweed supper or a cacti casserole. Other possibilities in our future menus include a typical thing of like wild coffee that would help you cope with warmer temperatures than Arabica coffee. What else is on here? Something as a false banana. I don't know, an onset. While the banana you buy from the supermarket may have been grown in Central or South America, the onset would be related, but is cultivated in Ethiopia. Here's a weird thing. You actually eat the whole trunk. So you eat the stem and everything. 15 plants can feed a person for a year. So it's very large, very productive, according to experts. That all sounds very weird to me.
It does.
But we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. I saw this online. I thought it was kind of cool. The home of TV's The Brady Bunch. It's back on the market.
Again?
Decades after it was featured on The Brady Bunch. Thanks to HGTV, it now looks exactly like the home many of us watched growing up. The iconic North Hollywood home has a price tag now of how much do you think it's going to go for?
Oh my gosh.
Just
over $1 million?
$5.5 million.
Yeah.
It was
holy
transformed
cow.
into a replica of the sitcom set following HGTV's purchase in 2018. They bought it for $3.5 million. A very Brady renovation. Property brothers Drew and Jonathan worked alongside a handful of Brady cast members. They made the interior a copy of the set where they shot the sitcom. Cost nearly $2 million to get that all done. How is that possible?
Yeah, that's...
I mean, we could have done it for
crazy.
$1 million. We could have done it for way less than that. We are crafty. And Steve Burns is returning to the show that made him a household name, Blue's Clues. Remember Steve?
Oh, I remember
Former Nickelodeon host is
Steve.
set to return to the franchise during an episode called The Case of the Missing Thinking Chair. He's 49 now. He's going to put on his detective hat alongside current star Joshua De La Cruz, who we've had on this very program. All right. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A study shows that 42% of women and 50% of men have talked dirty on the phone.
We've never done that.
I was going to say, I'm not even going to ask if you have, because I have not. And if you have and I haven't, that means you're cool and I'm not. So nobody needs to have, proof of that.
We have not done that.
No, it just seems weird to me. Anyone who has ever had to wear high heels for any length of time knows the struggle is real. It says they're flat. They flat out hurt your feet. Well, maybe flat out isn't the right phrase. You know what I mean. The UK shoe company Ego officially has revealed the solution to walking in heels without pain. It's clear tape. A 10-second TikTok clip with over 10 million views has a model sharing the hack that will keep you from wobbling after a long night in heels. She suggests taping the third and fourth toes together. What? Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Helps release pressure and improve comfort. The caption says the tape, quote, helps you last longer in your heels, girls, so you can stay grooving. That's what I need. After securing her piggies with adhesive, the model straps up her 5-inch super lit lace-up, square-toed sculptured stilettos. I don't know if I said any of those words right. One commenter agreed with the strategy, writing, the nerves that control the most pain come from the nerves between a third and fourth toe. By bringing those two together, you're releasing the pressure. I don't get any of that. And Kraft says they're fixing the biggest complaint about their cheese slices. What would you say that is, Heidi?
The wrappers?
Yeah, the packaging. Kraft singles are getting a makeover with, quote, easier to open individual wrappers, plus a refreshed logo with new packaging design. The goal is to address the number one complaint from customers, the inability to easily open the clear wrapper. According to Kraft, the redesigned flap on each slice add more texture, and it'll be easier to find, and also thicker and sturdier so it can be opened without tearing. So
Okay.
do they need to be wrapped like that? Because I know I've seen them where they sell it where it's all together. Is there like a reason they have to be individually wrapped?
I don't know, but I liked the wrappers because when I used to make lunch for our daughter for school, just every once in a while randomly,
You'd leave one
I
on.
would leave the wrapper on it and then write a little note on the cheese like not sorry or gotcha.
Told you to clean your room. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance. At InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with author Crispin Boyer, and we're going to talk about his latest book, Zeus the Mighty, The Voyage on the Odyssey Sea. This is a fun book, and this is part of a series. How many books are in the series total, Crispin?
Well, this book, there's a plan for 7 books total. Each installment of the series covers a different Greek myth. And this one, as you could tell by its tongue-twisting title, is based on Homer's Odyssey.
Nice. And all of the books look like a whole lot of fun. I've got this one in my hands right now, so this is the one that I'm holding. But I see on the back some of the other covers, and every one of these books look unique and fun, but they've got the same character in each one of them. Tell me a little bit about the character, Zeus the Mighty, and the fun little shenanigans that he's up to.
Well, okay. So Zeus is a hamster at a pet rescue center called Mount Olympus Pet Rescue Center. He lives on the tallest shelf in the Pet Rescue Center, which he sees as Mount Olympus, and he sees himself as Zeus, the king of the gods. And every night, he and the other animals in the Pet Rescue Center, there's Athena, who's a cat, who's the goddess of wisdom. There's Ares, a pug, who's the god of war, and there's Poseidon, the pufferfish. They go on adventures that are inspired by Greek mythology. And usually by morning, by the time the owner of the pet center comes in, the place is demolished. They've destroyed, say, a toilet because they think it's a sea monster, or a ceiling fan because they think it's a multi-headed dragon. And that's pretty much how each story wraps up.
So this is probably based on a true story then, right? No, we're
exactly, yeah.
Where do the ideas come from for Zeus the Mighty? These are fun ideas.
Well, fortunately, Greek mythology is rich with all these different monsters and treasures and relics and magic and relationships between characters. So it's a real rich mine for ideas, and it's inspired everything all the way up through Star Wars and the Marvel films. So each installment covers a different Greek myth. So that means I have a whole book that's about the Minotaur and the maze, the Minotaur that's in the middle of this maze, or there's a series, a book about Hercules and his trials. Each installment is vetted by an expert in Greek mythology, a professor of Greek mythology. So it does, as it's coming from National Geographic, it does have to be somewhat accurate, and it has to educate the reader. But it's coached and it's all presented in such a way that, young readers don't really know they're learning anything. They're just kind of having a fun adventure with these zany animals.
And you'd mentioned National Geographic. The books are from National Geographic Kids. What age group would you say these books are geared towards? Is it a specific age group?
Yeah, it's about 9 years old to 12 years old, like middle grade, middle school fiction. But it does have a lot of illustrations, so I know a lot of parents and aunts and uncles will read to younger readers, and then they can flip through and look at the pictures too, almost like it's a graphic novel. So, yeah, I have a friend who's read it to their 5-year-old, and they loved it. So it's kind of, if they like the look of the book, they like the cover, and they look at the illustrations. They're pretty easy, fast reads. You can probably get through it in a day if you're really into it. So yeah, but I would say around middle school age.
And again, Zeus the Mighty, The Voyage on the Odyssey Sea is the one that's out right now. Our guest, Crispin Boyer, the author. You've got 4 that are out before this, so we're halfway through. You said there are going to be 10 total?
Oh, that'd be great. Right now it's planned for 7, but there's certainly no shortage of myths. So if they want to keep it going, I kind of have an overall story arc where we'll kind of end with a big finale. But, that never stops anyone. That never stops George Lucas from making more Star Wars films, or even Rocky. Even Rocky's back.
Exactly. No, Zeus the Mighty. Again, you can find them online at ZeusTheMighty.com. And these books look phenomenal. Do I need to start at a certain book and work my way through, or can I kind of pick up any and just read that book on its own?
They're designed, you can pick up any one in the series and be caught up pretty quickly. The world is pretty self-explanatory. The characters all present themselves pretty quickly, so you can see who's who. And that's the idea. You can a reader can look through, find a cover that looks the most interesting, read it, and if they want to go back and learn more about the characters, they can, or they can really read them in anywhere they want.
Well, Crispin, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about it.
Oh, thank you, John. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Again, Zeus the Mighty, The Voyage on the Odyssey Sea. It's out right now. I've got a link to make it easy to find in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The storage capacity of the human brain exceeds 4 terabytes. I think that's different for everybody. Because I can't remember a lot of things. Although I can remember...
I can't remember anything.
I can remember a lot of song lyrics. So I'm singing along with a song, and then Heidi's like, that's not even close. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Youngest siblings tend to be the funniest, according to research. Well, I'm going to have to call my little sister Jamie and have her make me laugh. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Mankind put a man on the moon before putting wheels on luggage. Isn't that weird?
That is very
so
interesting.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In Japan, police deal with violent or very inebriated people by taking a large futon and rolling them into a burrito and carrying them away. That is a really good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what a great way to do it. They roll them in a burrito to make sure they're safe, and they just haul them away. So, All right, 4 fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. A survey says this is a woman's biggest pet peeve when their husband or partner is driving. What is it?
The radio station.
What about it?
What station they like to listen to.
No,
they don't get to use
too
the
loud. Music's too loud.
Oh.
I don't usually have that problem because I don't have the music too loud. Heidi does, though. Holy cow, she's a rocker.
Yeah, right.
All right, Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. An Australian landlord took to a Facebook group to vent his frustration with a tenant who deliberately underpays his rent by 1 cent every week. The tenant's rent was set for $1,200 per week. And this is Australian dollars.
A week.
Yeah, Australian. But he only pays $1,199.99. With 52 weeks in a year, that's not a huge loss for the homeowner, but they claim to be losing their mind over the situation. They asked for advice in order to keep their sanity. The landlord says they know it's deliberate because he used to pay the full amount. When notified via email about the discrepancy, the tenant explained that they're merely respecting the landlord-tenant rules, which state that sums between 1 and 9 cents can be rounded up or down.
Oh, my gosh.
So, okay. So that's the landlord-tenant rules. Apparently, they have it written in their own rules. Now they're mad that they're doing it that way. So
that's hilarious.
That really is kind of funny. All right. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. About a week ago, we had the laws of golf, and apparently it was so popular, I got more.
Okay.
These were sent over. Apparently they disagreed with those other laws. So here's some more laws of golf. The more expensive the golf ball, the greater it is attracted to water. Okay.
Yeah.
Golf carts always run out of juice at the furthest point from the clubhouse. Isn't that the same? Some of these are the same. Any ball you can see in the rough 50 yards away is not yours. That's a new one. A good golf partner is one who always is slightly worse than you are. A stroke does not occur unless it is observed by another golfer. I'm not a golfer, so None of these apply to me. Another on the list here. No matter how bad your last shot was, your worst is yet to come. I think some of these are similar or same to the ones we had last week. An extra ball in the pocket is worth 2 strokes in the bush. Okay. The last 3 holes of a round will automatically adjust your score to what it really should have been. And I think we got room for one more. Golf balls are like eggs. They're white, sold by the dozen, and you need to buy fresh ones every week. All right. Laws of golf. It's the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from Robert Frost, who said, by working faithfully 8 hours a day, you may eventually get to be a boss and work 12 hours a day.
That is true.
Yeah.
When you're the boss, it's not easier necessarily.
Not always. Sometimes, but not always. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. This is actually great news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's a headline. Students rally to support a teacher after his triumph over cancer.
Aww.
I think this is great. Students at Bay City Western High School in Michigan organized a heartwarming surprise to celebrate their beloved teacher and coach, Brendan Harrison, recently emerged victorious in his battle against cancer. So first and foremost, that is awesome.
That is awesome.
The emotional reunion unfolded as students and friends and family joined forces to surprise him after his last and final chemo treatment. His sister Morgan captured the heartwarming moment on video and shared it on TikTok for all the world to see. And I've got a link to that, and it's playing right now quietly because I don't want it playing. It's very loud because there's a lot of people there clapping, and he gets very choked up, which I would too. I'm kind of getting choked up just talking about it. He was diagnosed with colon cancer October of last year. May 8th, he exited the healthcare facility after he completed his 12th and final round of chemotherapy. Said, big game today is MP, the BCW baseball team wrote on Twitter. But today was all about Coach Bubba. Oh, so that must be like a game that was happening that day.
Okay.
All right, but today was all about Coach Bubba. Brendan Harrison had his last chemo treatment today in his battle versus colon cancer. He kicked its blank. Whole team there to support him. Love you, Bubba. So how cool is that? He's a teacher at a high school for varsity baseball. He's a coach, and he also is apparently a beloved guy because there's a lot of people that turned out for this little
really
heartwarming
great.
reunion. I've got a link to the thing. I'm sorry for stumbling through that. I probably should have pre-read that because it didn't make a lot of sense. Did it make sense to you?
It made sense to
once
me.
I stumbled
it was very
through.
sweet.
It was eloquent. Yes, I do my best. I didn't do my best. I apologize. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.